All right. Like the stream is up and I got it up on YouTube correctly. That's 3 days in a row, baby. So good. So good at this streaming thing. So, we took some extra time off last night. I slept for like 6.5 hours. I've been off the game for about 7.5 hours. We're gonna get back into it. My build isn't working. Um, just straight up, build doesn't work. So, we have two options. We can totally rework our build into kind of something else, which I don't want to do, and I'm not going to do. Or we can slow the fuck down a little bit, like we did when we first got to the monoliths, and we can just try and go through here. Like, here's a body armor. Actually, so I got my good body armor on, right? This is insane. Tier 6 vitality, 17% health, 133%, or 133 health, right? Tier 5, Tier 6 health. That mana doesn't matter. But this is a beast. But I need a new belt. I need a new ring. I need a new helmet. Yeah, I need more armor in the helmet. I need some armor in the belt. I need some more of this in the ring. And I maybe need to get. I have a 2 LP version of this. So maybe I can get some ignite chance. And honestly, I need to get this stuff done too. Because I've got a really good ignite chance 3 spot, one of these. So let's actually do that right now. I'm pretty sure this stuff is in the campaign. Um, and I've been slacking. I've been being a piece of crap. Over here. I don't even know. I don't even know what quests I need to do. Oh, you know what I haven't done yet? Taking my caffeine this morning. Yay! Some caffeine in my face here. Hmm. So we got a quest around here somewhere. Hey, thanks, Drat. Yeah, we got that body armor on. 700 armor, crazy health body armor from yesterday, dude. Fucking looking hot. We are too fine. But my build is not working very well. Even with all this health, even with this 2600 HP and all that stuff, I still feel way, way, way too squishy. Maybe that's just me being a psycho and wanting to be like mortal, or I don't want to move on. And maybe I should just suck it up, but I don't like it. I wanna maul. I wanna be safe while I'm mauling. So
Good boy.
May I help you?
all right, 2 more idle slots. Ooh, and a passive tree.
May I help
See,
you?
I'm so bad.
Farewell.
I have passive points just chilling. I haven't picked up yet through the campaign. There's 2 more idle slots. That's good, I guess. We need 3 more idle slots. There's got to be another side quest in here somewhere. Let's go down to Majelka. So bad. Let's actually go out here and do this one real quick. Thankfully, I'm stupid overpowered now. So there's no way. Oh, idle slots +3. Okay, we got that. Good deal. Go to the end of time. There might still be more quests or something I need to do. Oh, let's go up here. Don't have access to our storage. Go into the normal. Let's go into one of these. I'm sure we'll start that one. So I want to push my Weaver real quick, because I can do that on regular monoliths. And I want to push... I don't even know if I'm keeping any of this. Probably want to keep that one out. Got chance to ignite, increase fire damage over time. Chance to ignite, fire penetration with melee. Chance to ignite, physical damage over time. So the chances to ignite are really high, but fire damage over time. This is a really low roll. I need a much better roll of that. Let's move some stuff around so that I can get slot here. I can get 2-3 slots here. There we go. Actually, health regen over time, but this is 4% health and fire damage. That's way better. Okay. That all looks much nicer. If I come over here, I've got much more chance to ignite, much more damage on it. That's much better. So let's go in here. Let's start getting some Weaver points. Let's start doing our Weaver tree. Let's start increasing the value and the specificity of our loot. Let's try and get, we really need a new belt. We really need a new ring. Let's get a little more armor, because right now I'm only at 40% damage mitigation with armor. Definitely think, hey, there's some damage over time. Maybe I can turn that into... But yeah, so I need more armor pretty bad. Maybe I can find some on my passive tree. I've still got 13 passive points I'm going to be going here for. So maybe I should stop focusing so much on my health and my DPS. Focus a little more on some secondary types of defenses. You know, I've got everything but my lightning totally maxed out now, so I just need a little bit of lightning. And we're gonna tear through these normal monoliths. I mean, it's a joke at this point.
Stand down or die.
I guess that's another thing I want to look at. Where's my block chance at? We're at 64% block chance. We're blocking 38% of the damage we take. It would be maybe good if we had some more block effectiveness. That's something we probably want to do. You know, we'll probably want to get like a 2 LP version of our shield. and do bonus block chance and bonus block effectiveness. Be like a super good. Some of these things are freaking tanky. But yeah, I'm just gonna cruise through here. You know, we're playing hardcore. Sometimes you go backwards and you do easy ass content so you don't die. It looks like um, even on standard, we call softcore mode, where you're allowed to die and just come back, there has still been nobody who's killed the Uber Pinnacle boss. So there are groups like, there's a group called Empyrean Gaming that pushes content really hard. They always do that stuff on softcore because they get together in a big group, just like mass farm tons and tons and tons of in-game currencies and stuff like that. And I don't even think they've killed Uber Aberoth. I saw a video, like a clip just now, of Empyrean Gaming dying in Uber Aberoth. I don't think they succeeded. And they went in there as a group with like some really good builds. That's what they always do. They get together as a group, they make some insane builds, and then get after it. Yeah, I need some more ignite chance. The fact that I'm only getting 60 ignites on this person when my shields aren't popping, really bad. But, so these are Sentinel specific, which is why I wanted to get them in there really bad. Because that means that we now have two more of the ones that we can enchant here. And that's huge. 2% fire resistance, we're probably not going to need that. Maxed out on fire resistance. Critical strike chance, we definitely don't need that. So we're going to be re-enchanting those. Here's my Weaver tree. These all require at least 100, but these are designed to be, you know, yeah, no, Empyrean Gaming, they've played a lot of PoE too, and they're absolutely insane. Those fools put out some deeps. I don't know what this one's supposed to give you. Fit for a great mage. We don't care about that. Oh, this one's cool. It'll do stuff to echoes around it. Put that one there. Always drops a unique melee weapon. Sure. Put that one right in there. Item is to collect as many soul embers as you can before the time runs out. Oh, is this the... Then spend soul embers at the soul gambler? Well, let's try this soul gambler. Sure. Okay, let's try some of these. Sounds fun. Ooh, nice, a belt. Let's see. This one just doesn't have any health. I don't need this poison resist. So maybe let's try re-rolling. I need a little lightning resist. Let's go ahead and keep that lightning resist. And then let's try and change health and stun avoidance to something else. Not physical resist. Not dodge rating. Definitely not dodge rating. Okay. Cool. Cool. Nope. You just ruined everything. Okay. I ruined it. I broke it. It's broken. I want to go around, so let's go in here first. Ooh, nice, an arena. I love the arenas. I really love the arenas. I don't think...
I cannot do that.
Especially, my shield is really... Right, I can just stand here. Hang on. Yeah, and just nuke these things down. Because when they hit me, I throw that shield out. Start whacking things. At this tier of play, this build is ridiculously strong. So I just need to get the strength of everything up a little bit so that at the next tier of play, it feels like this. Just not there yet. But I think maybe we can be. This belt, actually. Health, Fizz resist I don't need. Chance to find potions I don't need. This is my first sealed champion affix. And I've got elemental damage over time here. So we've got base flat health. Don't need the Fizz res. But let's go ahead and let's just level these up. I'm probably going to equip this no matter what I get. Because this is actual garbage. Let's upgrade that twice. Then let's try and get... Oh, wow. I got hosed on forging. Give me something good. Endurance is better than whatever the hell I've got over here. Okay. Did I gain or lose hit points there? 754. Oh yeah, gained 100 hit points there. Nice. Very nice. Okay. Incremental upgrades, baby. Incremental upgrades. None of those are likely to be of any value to me. Yeah, 2,750 flipping hit points. Alright, let's go in this thing. Yeah, this just feels... Coming down here and stomping stuff that I'm way stronger than feels really great. Feels really great. Ooh, that almost got me. You know, I didn't really play a ton last night. As you saw, I only got to level 87. After I got off of stream, I went to bed kind of early. I got myself about 6.5, 7 hours of sleep last night. And a lot of the time I spent just kind of belly aching over my build, trying to figure out what to do, watching videos on the Harbingers. Just generally being I mean, I was really tired, so I think I was much more concerned about whether or not my build was actually going to carry on than maybe I needed to be. What's up, fucko? Beaver Clotho. Deer Shrine Slam. See, it's stuff like that. Like, I just don't want to be able to get one shot. Because I will eventually get hit by these one-shot mechanics like I'm getting hit now. And if I don't have the oomph to resist those hits, I'm going to lose my character. Lotho's Needle actually looks pretty good. Block chance is converted to parry chance. Shield. Strike. Increased range with Firebrand and Puncture. Melee damage, strength, dex. This is actually a really cool. I'm going to pick that up just because I like it. I cleared this. Yes, I did. I have 2 points here. 1 unspent point. Echoes you discover on your Echo Web that would have had gold rewards have a different random reward. Yeah, I like that. Sure, let's go find a unique melee weapon. Oh, this is just straight up a boss fight. Okay. Just this asshole. Which I think is easy enough.
Mr. Bean says ulala ulala.
What's up, Bean? How are you today? Oh, he summoned the other bosses. Another named. Just name motherfuckers all over this. Yo, this is probably a pretty hard fight. I mean, not for me right now, but if I was on, you know, like an empowered with 300 corruption, and this could maybe be pretty crazy. Game seems hard. There's so much on the screen. Yeah, it is kind of difficult to parse going on quickly and like identify what it is I need to be looking at. That's why I make my character so tanky. That's why I'm so concerned with, you know, how many hits my guy can take. Because I am not trying to actually dodge. I don't want to have to figure out what's going on. I don't want to have to friggin', you know every little action and reaction. I just want to fucking spin my dude around. There's a belt with some legendary potential. Need that. One-handed mace. Don't need that. It doesn't look like I need any of this stuff. But we got another Weaver's Will here. Definitely throw a Nemesis thing on there. Deal. Then let's go do this one over here that we put on here. So this one, it said something about killing as many enemies as I could to get as much of the resources I could. Oh no, a level 95 paladin died.
I cannot do that.
Okay, so I think it's going to be lots of Praetor Tranuses. It looks like I've got 2 Praetor Tranuses. Tranuses, or whatever these dudes are. Yeah, get them nice and grouped up here. Looks like I can just spin to win. It's terrifying. Ooh. You good though? Good? We got all that. Grab all those for sure. Dang. Can you get mats or anything from shattering stuff? Yeah, I can get some mats from shattering.
I cannot do that.
I mostly have a lot of materials for like the shards and stuff. Like I got a bunch of that stuff right now. My biggest problem is that I don't have the bases that I need to actually do the crafting to get the items, which honestly I need to go to the higher tier zones to get those bases. But I also want the higher tier gear before I go there. Oh, okay. Okay. So eventually there's a timer there.
For Moses,
Teleports you out.
with delight when I give him my report.
I have 187 of these points.
Care to let me see
It cost me 55. So it looks like okay. Yeah, exactly. It is a little bit of a catch-22. Let's buy that belt. Ooh. This gave me a unique belt. That's cool. With a legendary potential. Let's do that again. Okay, neither of those are really what I'm looking for. Let's go to accessories. Let's see about a ring here. This one's going to cost 90. Maybe we should go back to armors and see about... Okay, we don't even have any helmets. We could probably stand to have... That boot's pretty good. So let's go down here. Let's see about a ring. Ooh, there's my base right there. Increased... No way. Yo, look at that. Increased elemental damage. Increased fire damage tier 6. Dang. Yo. Yo, this is about to be... like... so good. Please seal off. And then I'm gonna double health it. Yes. Yes. Oh, baby, don't be so mean. Do I not have double health here? I could have sworn it could get double health. Ah, here we go. Health and health regeneration. Is there one that I may be missing? This is only showing... Okay. Well, so we've got... So let's look then. We're definitely doing health. What does this one have? It's got necrotic and void resist. So if I lose 40 void, we're almost there. If I lose, this has got 40 necrotic on it. Okay, so I need... But necrotic gets one... I think I'm going to be willing to lose the necrotic. Because my vitality gives me necrotic resistance. And then I'll probably put the void on you. So let's just 1, 2. Oh my god, I'm getting hosed on forging potential. 4. Wow. Holy crap, game. Yeah, we gotta do the necrotic. Because the other one is closer. Because I'll only lose about 5% of the void. And hopefully I get a crit and the health goes up to 5. Not get a crit. Wow. Wow. Those were some terrible rolls. But elemental damage, fire damage, big deal here. So this number is going to go up a whole lot. This 367. Was that possible? Oh no. This ring was really good. Bill, this new ring that I'm putting on here. Okay. Well. So I go up. F. Actually may never be changing this ring. I didn't really look at this ring, I don't think. It's actually really good. You know what, actually? This is probably going to go over the top of this one. And that'll bump that. Yeah, there we go. Now I get an extra 30. I'm losing some resistances again. But this is going to have to get replaced. This is going to have to get replaced. This is going to have to get replaced. So hopefully we can maybe get those resistances back up. Little void, little fizz, little lightning. But now we're up to 400 damage per ignite. I really want to get that to about 500 damage. That's really good for now. Definitely moving in the right direction. Let's change the experience to something else. That's important to me. All right. Yeah, no, that's super good. We're very happy. Things could have gone a little better there, but they definitely could have also gone a lot worse. And for being in a low tier zone, getting such a huge bonus to my damage. I mean, I just went up 30 points per ignite. and some HP. I mean, we're fast approaching 3k HP. Now all we need is, we've lost a little armor. We do need some more armor. Down to where we only have 39% damage mitigation from armor. And it's only half that when it's an elemental source. So armor only works half on elemental. It does work on all forms of damage, which makes it probably one of the most important defense stats. And I've been neglecting my armor pretty bad. So I'm probably going to try and get, maybe on some of my levels, like a % armor bonus or something like that. Especially now that I'm a little later and I'm getting really good armor pieces, like my 700 armor chest armor is huge. So if I had some % armor on that, you know, that could be a couple 100 points pretty easy. Now, when I'm fighting, my armor actually goes up. Oh, look at that. Actually, we go all the way up to 60% because I'm gaining armor on block is a point that I did take. I gained 15 armor on block or something like that. So I guess when I'm in a fight in a big pack, I do very quickly start to increase my mitigation. So that's cool. But that doesn't help against like boss fights and stuff, because those guys aren't going to hit me a bunch of times. They just hit you with big like one-shot slam mechanics. So that definitely explains why certain things are giving me such a problem. I'm learning so much about my build as I play here. Okay, I actually think that that damage boost might be enough to make me, and all this HP boost that I've got. I mean, I've gone up like 200 or 300 hit points here since we, well, maybe like 200. That might be enough to make me feel comfortable again. Because I'm up about 300 hit points from the last time I came into one of these. So let's... This isn't the one I was doing. This is the one I was doing. Let's get in here. The rewards are just too good, too. Rewards are just way too good. Let's go see. The jump in power, so not only did you gain 10 levels when you went from those level 90s to here, but you also gained 100 corruption. So you are jumping pretty significantly in the overall power of the stuff you're fighting. Basic enemies are pretty easy. And I don't feel pressed at all there. They die pretty quick. But some of the champions and stuff really cause a problem. And these possessions can really cause a problem. That's kind of something that happened to me yesterday, is I got one of these champion mobs. I was actually playing this specific map right here. And one of the champion mobs got possessed by that Weaver thing. Almost got me. Twice. Had to run away. Yeah. See how hard that hit? Oh my goodness, dude. Can you just not? I do pretty good damage. I'm putting the whammy down on this guy pretty good because I'm only able to DPS him a little bit. He's only got 50 and nice on him. Gee. So, I mean, the DPS is doing all right. Yeah, I feel quite a bit better than I did last night. Again, it might just be that I'm a little more awake too. You know, the end of the day last night, after 2 days of almost no sleep, playing hard, probably I had a slightly worse view of the build then than I do now. It's due to tiredness. So yeah, no, I'm much happier now. I'm actually pretty happy with what's going on here. Feeling confident. We're also leeching a lot more health, right? Because Night Chance turns to shed armor when hit with throwing attacks. Meh.
Stand down or die.
We're gonna be stealing more health with our ignite, sorry, because of our amulet. So the more we increase our ignite damage, more health we gain that way. We're even gonna go in here. I've been skipping these Weavers things.
Stand down or die.
I'm gonna do that. I think we're strong enough. I think we can go in here and do this. Boss is probably gonna be pretty tough. I think we're alright. Yeah. We've got our Nemesis in here. That's nice. Shield bouncing around, doing all kinds of smites all over the place. We got a Rune Warden in here. Yeah, I feel really strong all of a sudden. We're a little low. What was it? Physical, void, and lightning. So we do have to be a little bit careful of some of the damage types. Goodness gracious, I am suddenly feeling way stronger. I don't know what I was thinking last night. Ooh, here we go. Ooh, here we go. Percent health. We're gonna have to do a little crafting on that. Might get something good there. Olivars is actually a really good. This was really popular at the 1.0 launch. Builds that it enabled. Let's just empower this. We're gonna kill this dude empowered. And then the next time we see him, we'll see what that replaced unique is. Because it'll be a random unique. And see what it is and what happened to it. If we like it, then we'll empower again. Then try again. Yeah, I don't know what I was belly aching about when we first got on. Build's not in a bad place at all. Build's in a great place. Decimating. You're decimating. Yeah, bring on the loot lizards. Right, why haven't I seen any loot lizards? Got bonus loot lizards. Always be seeing them. Ten loot lizards every map. What happened to my health boost? What do you mean? You mean like I have a shit ton of health? Ooh. Oh, I picked up a shrine. The shrine gave me HP. This is Clotho. I need to remember who is who out of these. Ew. I am Clotho, Keymaster of Gozer. Ooh. He gets you sometimes. He doesn't stop you. I don't feel like I'm getting stunned because I'm still spinning. But he gets you in a web or something. It's that little shiny orb when it hits you. It web briefly or stunned or something. I don't like it. Goodness. Okay. None of those are going to be useful to me. Oh, don't want to leave yet. Yeah, no, that went really well. It went really well. 2,800 HP is OP. Can I open that chest, please? Failed echoes? I didn't fail the echo. Wow, I think because I opened the... I opened the portal. I think it was like, oh, you failed. But it didn't let me do it. Gotta remember that. Don't accidentally open my portal. That's so sad. I'm so sad. Alright. Let's see about this helmet. So this helmet's really good, right? It's got percent health and flat health. I have a Glyph of Despair. I do. So I don't really want fire resist, but if I can despair off this and get flat health, then this will give more health than this. I lose one vitality because I'm not going to be able to get these to be vitality. I mean, maybe I can. But let's despair. Nope. Too bad. Okay, well, let's look at the health total just with that. Okay, so the loss is negligible. I lose 16 HP as is. So what we're gonna do is we're just going to chaos things and just see what we get. Because as is, this only gives me health right now. A little bit of attunement, a little bit of vitality, a little bit of strength, but it's really only giving me health, and this gives me a little over double and some void resist. So that's really good. So we're just gonna chaos things. Oh, more void resist. Don't need more void resist, but fuck it. Ooh, we hit vitality. Okay. Yeah, so that's way more health then. Well, not way more, 50 more. And then we'll go ahead and we'll shatter this. And we'll get some shards. Very nice. Okay, we are quickly approaching 3k HP. Yeah, really good upgrade. That's more strength, that's more vitality, more HP. And our void resist is out of control. All positive. I feel like as my health and tankiness go up, my damage goes up. I know that's not actually happening, but it definitely feels that way.
Stand down or die.
Got up to 263 ignites on that guy. That was balling out of control. Man, I suddenly feel outstandingly strong. What is even going on in my life right now? Champion mob here. Little ghost. Ghost is possessed, so he's even stronger. Not even doing damage. Get shitted on, ghost. Do I have a lot more armor? Yeah, I guess I do, actually. At a base, we're at about 42% instead of 49% reduction. Great. We can get a helmet that gives us even double the armor of the helmet we're wearing right now. It's about 550. That's really what I want. That's the base that I want. Because I'm pretty sure that base also reduces the amount of extra damage that you take from crits. So that's a huge, huge upgrade. Nothing there. Let's go check on this duder.
Stand down or die.
The rats are really fun. Okay, so all I got was a freaking quiver out of it. Need a freaking quiver.
Stand down. Cannot do that.
Might be able to do something with that. See? Don't need void resistance. Heck, we don't need mental resistance, but whatever. We'll take it. Turn that into something else. Meh. Turn that into something else. Physical, we do need. That'll cap our fizz. We don't need void damage. We do need damage over time. Let's go ahead and upgrade. That's fine. So the one that I'm using right now, necro resist, void resist, physical resist. Don't need the necro. If I put that in there, my void goes up, everything else caps. My physical goes up, everything else caps. And I'm up to 400. Yeah, that takes me to 435 on my ignite damage. I lose a little health there. Lose about 40 health. Totally worth it. Alright, let's get us a unique or a set glove. That's a lot of ignite damage. I just went up like 30 more ignite damage. Over 400 now. 435. So, huge, huge bonuses.
Stand down or die.
And the only thing we have is we're missing 15 physical damage now. Or physical resist. Everything's coming up hermit today, dude. This has been happening super quick. It seems like every single one of these little maps that I do, I get a piece that I'm looking for. It's an instant upgrade every time. Ooh, 2/6 melee attack.
Stand down or die.
Now we just need some LP. Get that coffee. Get that caffeinated dirt.
I cannot do that.
Oh, I think I was muted while I was making fun of Drat's caffeinated dirt. Sad day. Wolf the Crafter. Ooh. Ooh, that Phoenix. I had to run away from this dude earlier, too. 100%. He seems to be going down pretty good. Ooh. Ooh. Stay out of the... Eesh. Oh, some of these lightning things. Okay. Didn't realize these lightning elementals were putting the whammy down so hard. Stop trying to get loot while there's things killing. Need those gloves. Don't need that. Don't need none of that. Okay. Okay. There's another legendary glove. So I'm going to keep going after these legendary gloves while we're doing this thing. And the reason we're going to go after the legendary gloves is because I'd like to get another copy of my gloves with some LP and get some additional attack speed on them. I think that'd be great. A vengeful siege golem of focus. I don't even know what's going on with that. Alright. Sometimes you just gotta be careful and run away. The most loneliest day of my life. The most loneliest day of my life. The most loneliest day of my life. I wonder if there's a unique that triggers, like a unique spear that triggers javelin. Or maybe even doesn't trigger a whole skill, because that'd be pretty extraordinarily well. I guess that's not that weird because I'm wearing a shield that triggers a whole spell. But if I could find a unique that triggered javelin, spear, that could be pretty good. And then instead of using shield throw, I could use javelin to trigger my throne. My throne smites. There's a siege golem near me somewhere. Look me up there. It's laying siege. Ooh, we got more pieces of gloves. Dang. We got all the things over here. So a big upgrade that we're looking for that we almost have all the components for is an upgrade to our amulet. We have a better version of our amulet already, just available, but it's also 2 LP. Ooh, I didn't see the red circle because of the stand. Didn't quite pick up that there was a red circle there. Yeah, That's pretty, like, invisible. Holy cow. Yo! Heritage Gaming 94. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the channel. You're a bot. Never mind. I hate you.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that. Stand down or die.
Oh, yeah. So I have, sorry. I have another version of my amulet that's got 2 LP. So what I'd like to get is like some Ignite Chance and maybe some HP on an amulet and go take it and get the LP on it. So what we'll have to do is we'll try and get something that's got like tier 6 or tier 7 Ignite Chance. And then we'll try and craft 2 different types of health. And then maybe like fire damage as the other prefix. Yeah, we'll get... So what we'll want is for prefixes, we'll want Night Chance and fire damage. Then for suffixes, we'll want like both healths. And then that way when we go enchant it won't really matter which 2 it gets. It'll be an upgrade. Even though I'd prefer to have like the Ignite Chance and % health. I'll really take whatever I can get out of there. I think that's how those will line up. The Ignite Chance might be a suffix, but I'm pretty sure it's a prefix. Oh, we've already cleared this zone. Blood Roost, Goliath's Machinations. Don't need either of those. Actually, I want to... I'm gonna forge it. And the reason I'm getting all of these unique glove spots is so maybe I can get an LP version of my wing guards here, and I could put even more increased attack speed on them, which would be crazy. Because the primary source of ignites on this build, on pretty much any ignite build, is actually hitting the enemy with your melee. So if I could increase my attack speed a little, and maybe be able to sustain a base, 100 to 120 without shield throw and stuff adding. Pretty choice. How's your caffeinated dirt? You're disgusting. You disgust me. Ooh, +1 to smite.
Stand down or die. I cannot do that.
The familiar scarab of blades. Boy, howdy. Some of these enemies, they be chonky boys. Like chesses. The chesses. I like how they're all like slightly the same. This one. I don't like that one. Ooh, something bad happened in there. The good thing I'm tanky as fuck. Probably gonna need those health potions before this is all over. I don't like that guy. Well, so this is the same thing. These are all like the children of the Weaver. So of course they're all kind of similar looking, right? They're all the same type of creature, but they're like, different. And the same thing is true of the Harbingers. There's two types of Harbingers. There's the male Harbinger, which is like the fat guy, like I played previously. And then there's a female Harbinger, and it's like skinny and zips around and Stuff like that. Ooh, 1% increased armor. Boost bonus damage taken from critical strikes. Ooh, and I got 5 Weaver's Touch on that. That's actually kind of good for solving the problem I have. So they all kind of look the same, and then you just have to know, like, by their names, which one you're fighting, and adjust accordingly. But that one specifically seems pretty difficult for my build. Okay. I'm sorry. Didn't mean it. Please stop killing me. Yeah, that's nice. Holy cow. Right. Tier 7 dex, some armor, some endurance, some strength. That's the helm base that I was talking about that I want. I don't like any of those stats. Yeah, exactly. So I want that 550 armor, but like the whole stat block is kind of garbage. So I'm gonna try and lift it with the thing that does like changes everything about the item. Here, actually, let's do it right now. This will be fun. There's a glyph, this glyph. The glyph of envy that destabilizes the item and just changes everything about it. And sure, we'll do this. The glyph of envy. Oh, it even changed the item base. I didn't realize that. It changes everything about the item. Holy crap. Yo, that's super cool. I kind of like that. I kind of like that, but it like always gives it a sealed affix. It can't give it any higher than a level 5 affix, so you're always only going to get at most 5 level 5 affixes. That's still pretty great. You can have some really good items. Your likelihood of actually getting, 5 rolls that you want is pretty slim. But even so, I mean, they're there. It'd be fun. Um, all right, let's empower this one just to see what we get. Yeah, the best use case is probably to get something other than the highest level loot. Um, because you don't, it's going to change the base, right? It totally changed the armor type. We're not done yet. So instead of the, 550 armor health or armor helmet, I ended up with one of the lower tier helmets. So it's actually probably better to grab like a lower tier base with a higher item level, right? So something that came from a higher tier zone is actually a shitty base. Then just roll it on that and see what happens. And maybe you'll get a high tier base with some really good stats. So I've gotten like 3 portal charms recently. This game really wants me to go get some LP on some items. No, it does not reset the forging potential. Unfortunately. Yeah, that could be cool. Yeah, it'll actually use up some of the forging potential. So you'll end up with a new item, but slightly less forging potential to use on it. I think we're getting pretty close to time to try another boss out here and see if we can't beat another Harbinger. Honestly, I think we're gonna be the video I watched on how to kill the Harbingers. The person who went in there and did it had 17 or 1800 hit points when they went in to fight their second Harbinger, and they were tanking pretty good. Yo, what's up, Gravy? So I think if we go in there, yeah, we still alive. We've had this character for almost 48 hours now. Which is probably the longest I've ever had a hardcore character on any... Ooh, we just leveled up. We hit 88. Holy shit. Probably the longest I've ever had any hardcore character on any ARPG game. I've played quite a bit of like hardcore Path of Exile and a lot of that stuff. I always get my butt kicked. Yeah, I did get the sword a couple of days ago. Okay, so what are we looking at here? Percent increased armor. This is giving 8% increased armor per level. I really want the health regen. Running attack damage I don't need. Healing effectiveness isn't really a deal. Spell damage with a shield, holy symbol. Oh, you know what I want? I want Divine Bolt. Whenever you hit an enemy with a melee attack, you have a chance to cast Divine Bolt, a blast of holy energy that deals fire damage to a nearby enemy. This effect can trigger up to twice per second. Cast Divine Bolt on melee hit. That. So the reason I want the Divine Bolts is they will also... yeah, so super early. Was it super early yesterday? No, it was the day before yesterday that I found the sword. I think while I was playing, but yeah, this is the sword that I was having trouble finding. Right here. Got it. Honestly, my days are all running together at this point, Gravy. I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on, dude. I don't even know what's going on. Um, yeah, so we're definitely going to get this Divine Bolt, because that'll help us quite a bit. It's a heck of a lot of fun, Gravy. But I personally just really love this genre of games. I'm a big fan of the old school ARPG Diablo style games. So, been getting our Weaver's Will. We finished up our Weaver's Will here. 1% less damage taken while using a shield, 2 health on block, 3% increased armor, 5% reduced damage taken from critical strikes. Those are all great. All great substats there. Hell yeah, dude, do it up. Let me know what you think. Shoot now Divine Bolts. Nice. Bicycle, bicycle. Oh yeah, we got 3 freaking shrines. Oh, we just melt that dude. What's up? Ooh, we're getting some bad weather. I am not liking this, dude. Yeah, so if you want to play the spinny skill that I'm using, when you pick your class, you're going to want to pick Sentinel. And then the Sentinel has 3 subclasses. So once you put 20 points in this tree and you get to a certain point in the story, you'll get a chance to choose which of these 3 subclasses you want. I chose Paladin, but all 3 of these subclasses can use that same skill. So you can pick any of these that you want. You get to pick a primary class, which allows you to go all the way to the end of that primary class's tree. And then you can also use the other 2 classes up to a point. I can go up to this point, so you can get these other skills also if you. So there's tons of passive options, tons of build options, tons of things that you can do to make your character your own. And I highly recommend, especially if you're playing not hardcore. Well, that's not true. I highly recommend starting on hardcore, because if your hardcore character dies, it just goes to softcore. So you get an opportunity to play in the hardcore mode and see how far you can get without dying. And it incentivizes you, like, okay, I'm playing hardcore, let's try not to die. But then if you do die, you don't have to start all over if you don't want to. You can just keep playing that character on softcore and die as many times as you want. So you can also do lots of different things with this spinny skill. Pretty early, I'm not really good at these types of games. That's fine. A lot of people never play hardcore. A lot of people just play softcore. I don't typically play hardcore because I'm also very bad. So I totally understand that. Getting super lucky this time. I don't know. I don't know how I'm still alive. I don't know how we're still going. Ooh, loot lizard. Loot lizard. Don't run away from me, loot lizard. We got him. We got him. Hey, we got the Nemesis. Nemesis? Nemesis. Whatever a Nemesis does. Don't need those gloves either. Sad day. Yeah, so we're up on this timeline. So optional quests. Eye of the Storm. So it looks like I can just go do the boss, right? So I think we got to do it. I can use the Harbinger crest, and that'll summon the Harbinger after the boss, or I can not use the Harbinger crest and not summon the Harbinger after the boss. I think we need to summon the Harbinger after the boss. We might die right here. This might be the end. But as strong as I am, as many hit points as I have, as good a defenses as I have, if I can't do this right now, we're probably never gonna be able to. So it's time. We just have to see what we got here. First, we have to fight the boss. We know how to fight Lagan. We watch for the red eyes. Don't get hit by the big moves. My damage output seems to be pretty good here. His little slam move. Okay, we're gonna take that lightning. Oh yeah. Ooh, that one hurts. Okay, so we gotta be careful of that left hand of Lagan there. Took us down to about half health. I suppose is fine. I mean, we can just take that. Right? He's not gonna hit me so many times that I can't. A sweet sounding name. Ooh, that really hurts. But I do heal right up from it, so it's not. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, that was close. Alright, we're halfway. And now we're just killing these. Don't die, kill these. Okay, this is going super good. I'm definitely not concerned about being able to kill Lagan. I am still pretty concerned about being able to kill the Harbinger, but I actually think... So the video that I was watching yesterday said that the Harbingers aren't really one-shotters, especially the female Harbingers, which this is one of the female Harbingers here that I'm going to fight. They're primarily about kind of killing you death by 1,000 cuts style. And that's not really going to work on me because I have an outrageous amount of sustain. I just be healing all day or a day. The big problem we're going to run into is actually that these little water waves that are coming through right now are also going to come through during the boss. So a combination of these water waves and the Harbinger's attacks may prove to be deadly. But honestly, things seem to be going so well, and I seem to be staying so healthy. Even when I'm getting hit by water waves, I'm getting hit by this slam, getting hit by stuff kind of at the same time. And I seem to be staying healthy pretty good. So I don't think I'm going to run into a problem on the boss.
Your blood is a drop in my ocean. Can you survive my storms?
Well, that sucks. What a waste of time. Yeah, I really didn't, though. I don't even know what I was thinking. Shouldn't have even played. Not like I was going to win the race. To get killed so early, too. I mean, I was in such a high level to be fighting that fight. And so strong to be fighting that fight. those people who race like really hard and get super end game will end up doing that in like level 70, 75. And here I am days later, level 88. It's getting nuked. Black. Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, I honestly probably just shouldn't have come to this game. I certainly shouldn't have streamed this game for the last 2.5 days. You know, it's not just about playing the game and having fun. It's about making sure that my stream is healthy, and the streams actually haven't been doing very good because all the people who watch my streams watch Once Human, not whatever the fuck this is. So ultimately, I think it was just a terrible decision. But yeah, guess it's time to go back to Once Human. But let me open up my Krita real quick. Let's make a new thumbnail. Actually, can I change my thumbnail midstream? Have to go through this way. Let's see. Let's get back to my Once Human template. And okay. Yeah, it looks like I can change all this stuff from here. So I'll just have to do that. So yeah, so if y'all give me just a couple minutes here, I'm gonna work on throwing together another thumbnail and changing all this stuff over to say that I'm playing Once Human. And then we're gonna jump back on the Once Human thing. Play that. Yeah. I appreciate it. It was a good run. And the game is super fun. I really like it. And I'm gonna continue to play it between streams and stuff because I do very much like the game. I'm not done with it or anything, but yeah, character died. It's all over but the crying. Dunzo. I just honestly, I got my hopes up thinking that maybe I was gonna win, and or at least place, and I just hyped myself up too much. Um, I am usually a little bit better about managing my expectations and my hype, but as we were going through yesterday and we were climbing in the ranks, uh, my highest or my lowest rank, I guess, was 251, I think, when I dinged over to 86 or 87 last night. And so just seeing that progress, right, and being so high started to give me this feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do it. Oh my gosh, I'm going to make it. I really might be one of the first five. But I haven't played the game in almost a year. And I was playing a build that I created myself, despite the fact that I don't have any knowledge really of the game. And I didn't look up guides. I didn't know the Harbinger fights. I didn't know the Aberoth fight. I did no preparation. There was just no way. I had reached my peak right there. Um, because after that, it was all new stuff, right? We were never going to be playing things that we actually knew how to play from that point on. And we had, 9 more bosses we had to kill, plus Aberoth, plus Uber Aberoth, plus pushing corruption with all the Weaver stuff, which I've never really done before. So I was kind of living in a fantasy world. I kind of wish that we had another opportunity. Um, the race has progressed too far at this point. We're already about an hour, so we're 49 hours in right now. There's really no way to recover from a 49-hour deficit. It would be cool to be able to maybe make another character and go at it again. But that's just not really in the cards, unfortunately. And then let's change. Let's see. I might go ahead and keep playing this game. Well, I do want to play more, and I am going to play more. But for the sake of the stream, we need to be streaming Once Human. That's what the people who watch my stream come to watch, not Last Epoch. And there's tons of people who stream Last Epoch. I just knew that I was going to be playing, 20 hours a day for, potentially 5 or 6 days of Last Epoch. So it was either take, 5 or 6 days off, not stream, which would have been worse, or stream Last Epoch. So that's why I did that. So we're going to go back to Once Human, and then in my off time, I'm still only going to be streaming 6 to 8 hours a day, so I still have, 6 to 8 hours a day to play Last Epoch. So in my off time, I'll probably go ahead and play. And then maybe next time, for the next season, if they do another race, I'll be a little better prepared. And we can make a better showing. If there's one thing about those games is that they come out with seasons a lot. So Path of Exile comes out with a season like every 3 or 4 months. Exactly. So there's always another opportunity. This is the first race like this that I've ever participated in. So, I guess good show for not really being something I've done before. But let's edit this. We are going to play Once Human now. Once Human gameplay. Back on the mod grind. Being builds of winter. Don't need any of this stuff in here. Playing Once Human. Copy. I have not almost grinded everything in Once Human. I still have lots of builds that I need to get. Okay. Oh, still don't think I added the thumbnail. Let's edit the thumbnail, change. Booyah, save. All right. That's all done and changed. We're going to edit this. Boom. We're going to change this to Once Human. Save. Fantastic. Hey, all right. Let me know how you like it, Gravy. And let me know if there's any way that I can help you. Um, if you don't understand something or something like that, I've gotten a good refresher on some of the mechanics and stuff that I had sort of forgotten from the last time I played the game. So if you need some information or you get stuck, just let me know. Also, for a better source of information, um, Dreadful is a YouTube content creator for the game. Makes a lot of good stuff. Does a lot of zero to hero runs with a lot of different builds. Had a really good video on how to kill the Harbingers. Yeah, Dreadful, exactly. Um, so you might look into some YouTube creators that specifically make Last Epoch stuff, but try not to learn too much on your first playthrough from YouTube, especially because you can die as many times as you want in the game. And I think learning the boss mechanics for those fights uh, is really fun. It was probably one of the most fun things that I was doing this whole time was, remembering, oh, right, this boss has this slam mechanic. Or, I fought that Harbinger that I'd never fought before. And it was super entertaining to, to like learn his mechanics as I was fighting him and try and survive. And so that might be fun if you don't like just learn all the fights and stuff beforehand. You can kind of learn them as you go. Some of the fights in the late game are going to get a little too complicated because there's just so much color on the screen. There's so much stuff going on. There's so many, these games are kind of like bullet hell games. So might not be feasible all the way through. All right. Back in good old Once Human. That's right. We're using Shrapnel. 25-man WoW raid yesterday. Like, what the fuck was on that screen? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we're playing Shrapnel. This is a third-person game, not an isometric, so we gotta use WASD. This is crazy to come back. Okay, let's do it. What am I even doing? Wants me to go up here. I don't know that I would like Once Human as an isometric game. I like it how it is. Abilities. And do I not have a garage yet? Don't have a garage yet. In here. Give me a garage. I need one more copper ingot. Why you gotta do me like that, game? Why you gotta do me like that? Let's go ahead and put in here. All right. That. Hear that bad boy? Nice. Let's follow the yellow brick road. Think the wizard will have a heart for me? If I only had a brain. Someone made isometric camera for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Surprisingly, the third-person animations are well done in the game. I love any game that leaves itself open to being modded. I think that's wildly important for... Oh, cool. I'm just freezing now. That's wonderful. How am I supposed to survive negative 35-degree weather in level 14? This is ridiculous. I'm just going to end up dead right here. Because there's a Chaos Weaver around. It's pretty much going to prevent me being able to do my quests. That's going to aggravate the shit out of me. Yeah, in order to survive this, I'm gonna end up needing like 20 more cold resist. There's just no way that that's gonna happen. Bethesda tried to promote modding in Starfield. They started charging money for mods and people weren't happy. And CD Projekt Red made for modders. So I think that paid mods are great. Because I want the money to go to the modder though. Right? If you make a mod, that takes potentially hundreds of hours of your time, depending on how extensive that is. The knowledge that it takes of programming, and I mean, when you make a mod, usually you're having to utilize, all the skills. You're not just doing the coding, you're probably also doing the artwork and any additional animations and, just tons of different stuff like that. So I'm all about paying those folks, but they need to be getting all of or a majority of whatever the cost is for the mod. Because they're creating a lot of content and more people are going to buy your game, which is ultimately going to result in you as a studio making more money. Just because the mods exist. So the big problem I have is studios creating mod environments in their games and then using that to make themselves money. That's not what that's about, in my opinion. Okay. Need to bring like a friggin' lantern with me or something? What do I gotta do here? Temperature control. Really give a shit about campfires. Don't really give a shit about furnaces. Where's the mobile temperature control? Cut my life into pizza. This is my plastic fork. Polar Expedition. Chaosium Extraction. There we go. And then don't I have to make like hot and cold knives? Oh my god, that thunder is so... I'm gonna get struck by lightning inside my house. Jesus Christ, that's some loud ass thunder. I am terrified right now. Yeah, this was happening at my house right now too, Gravy. Windows are a shaking. Hey, stop. Man, yeah. Booyah. I am the greatest. I am the greatest. By just killing those reindeer for no reason? Absolutely. Make me a bad person? Probably. It's fine. It's fine. Let's see. Have any good mimetic specialization? Pack expansion, large storage crate, large refinery, harvesting sickle. Those are actually all really good ones. Disassembly bench electronics, precision refining, that's a good one. Compost bin, flamethrower trap. I'm probably going to do the refining one because that's the only really good one on there. Do we need backpack expansion or large storage crate? Do you know, Drat? Most likely we'll need backpack expansion. Okay. I'll get the storage crates then. Sorry, backpack expansion. Oh, you have storage crates? I'll get storage crates then. Fucking dumb. Goodness gracious. Gray balls of fire. Um, Alright, so we need hot and or cold ore. Now, in order to get hot and cold, we have to have certain types of damage, right? I want hot ore, make helium. Yeah, as soon as I see old Billy the Tater Tot on, I will do the same thing. I'm in Skoski's hive. So we're just all separated right now. We'll just need to get that worked out. Which is fine. So punk ass thinks he can come over here and be in my base. Kill him. Let his body dissolve through the floor. That's what he gets. Fake. Some regular old rawhide so I can make myself a backpack expansion. There's some cold. I go way the fudge over here. Some cold. Let's do that. Over that guy. Pretty sure I have to have some sort of fire damage in order to get the cold rocks. I think I have to hit them with fire damage before I can list them. I don't have any fire damage on. Well, I guess I have my my torch. I wonder if that'll work. I hope so. If it doesn't, I'm gonna be sad. Gonna be the big sad. Hey now. Could have just left me alone. All right. Let's go hit up Billy the Tater Tot here. Let's give Billy the Tater Tot all the permissions. Let's go to my hive controls. Exito Lahido. F1, Billy the Tater Tot. Hive application. Fan the fudgin' tastic. Sirens go by. It's been raining and stuff so hard. I'm sure there are probably lots of accidents and stuff. At like 2:30 in the morning last night, there was a car accident outside my house. I heard the tires squeal, and then somebody ran off the road or something. I don't even think it was an accident. But despite the fact that I knew that my little brother was in the city, not anywhere near my house, and that he was definitely asleep because it was 2:30 in the morning, it took me like a half hour to sleep. Couldn't shake the feeling that it was him. Okay, that said cold crystal ore. Okay, so that didn't work. I need fire. I guess I could make like a campfire next to it, probably. Actually, probably exactly. Never mind. Make the campfires in your base, not in the open world. Yeah, Molotovs always worked for me too, but I don't have any right now. Don't worry about it, Dret. I'll figure something out. If I can't get myself through the first 20 levels, then it's going to be a sad day. Also, I'm not entirely sure how much longer I'm going to be able to not just totally crash out losing my character in Last Epoch. I keep just randomly murdering little animals to assuage my anger at being dead. But it's not really helping that much. In fact, I think we gotta call it. I need to take a minute to verbally berate myself for being bad at video games so that I can get over my disappointment. I can't really do that on stream. So I think we're just gonna have to be done for the day. I need to crash out a little bit. So yeah. Thank you all for coming out. Thanks for the support. Thanks for being positive. It definitely helps when other people are like, "Hey, you know, you did a good job." Like, and I know I'm being pretty negative about the whole experience right now, but it was a lot of fun, and we did do a really good job, considering where we started from. We'll be definitely back on Once Human tomorrow. And I had a lot of fun, I think, with Once Human because we were getting to go and be a little quicker about it. It was a little more manic. And that's not something I've ever really felt about Once Human. Last Epoch just has that really manic feel to it. And so I'm going to maybe try and incorporate some of that, you know, like go to the silos and rush through the silos as fast as I can. I normally take a really, really relaxed, kind of meandering playstyle of Once Human. But maybe we can make our playstyle a little more manic, and maybe that'll be a little more fun. Keep the energy on the stream up a little bit, and just make those streams a little better. So yeah, really appreciate it. Thanks everybody for coming out. I hope everybody has a great day, and I will be back again for the next one tomorrow. Well then.